I got a client with my most recent online business who pays me $1,722 per hour. And right here you can see some of the more recent payments I received from her. And in this video, we will dive deep into my business model today. I will explain what I do for them as a service and why this particular service is worth so much money. If you stay until the end of this video, you will know exactly what I offer, why I am able to charge so much for just an hour of my time, and how you can start building the same online business from home. So if you want to build an online business from home, you probably wonder, what is the most profitable online business model where you can invest the least amount of time but make the most amount of money, right? The currency for this client is Swiss francs, by the way. So depending on when you're watching this video, the currency conversion to US dollars will be something like $1,650 to $1,750. But you can find clients for this type of business model pretty much everywhere. So in the US and Canada and all the other top 15 to top 20 richest countries in the world. Anyway, this particular client has been happy with her results for the past year, and I've been paid $1,722 per hour for about 15 times now, which means that I was paid $25,830 working only 15 hours, which apparently is less than 24 hours, even if we were to include 8 hours of sleep, technically. And I don't want you to get me wrong here, by the way. I don't want you to think, oh wow, that means, you know, the money you make times 8, that means every single day you're making $13,000, right? No, that's absolutely not the case. This is a client that pays me this much, but it's not going to be something that I can bill them for like 8 hours every single day. The reason I can charge them $1,722 per hour though, is because the service that I deliver isn't time bound. And that is exactly what I would like you to focus on more in your future as well as you build your own business. Find something that allows you to sell a result and not your time. I am able to bring my client a specific result, and therefore the time that I invest doesn't matter, because what matters is just my expertise, how reliably we deliver the service to my client, and also the great experience that she has when working with us. So that means I can invoice her for 1 hour every single month, but I charge that amount of money. And this service that we are about to discuss here in this video has to do with using artificial intelligence for service delivery, offering a paid marketing service or solution, and getting your client a comprehensive result, something that makes sense for them, something that they understand, and something that they think obviously is worth the money that you charge them for. And in this case, I don't even have to outsource the service delivery. I can actually do it on my own. And during this month, I don't have to take any calls. It's not like she's asking me constantly about help or something, like I don't have to coach, consult this person. Actually, it's very streamlined, and that's why I'm saying ultimately the time that I spend delivering the service is about 1 hour every single month. It is definitely in my top 2 favorite ways of making money online, because honestly it's just the easiest and most passive income. Now the last thing before we break down this offer: if you like online business videos, subscribe and give me a like so I know what kind of videos to produce in the future. So let's jump right into it, right? How does this all work and what kind of service do I deliver? In this specific case, I'm helping this client with her brand advertising. You can pick any social media platform, because this is possible on all platforms, where it would make sense for a business to post regularly and grow their social media reach. And then also, if you wondered, why do I sell the service? It's just very easy to fulfill. My client wants their target audience to see what they have to offer, but in their specific situation, they can't just link an online store or a sales funnel. They work with the government and large institutions, so in their case, they need to target decision makers, CEOs, founders of huge companies. So for them, the only way to do that online is to push their most relevant content and make it seen by high-profile entrepreneurs and businesses in their local area, in their city, or in their regional area. Which is also why service delivery is so simple. I don't have to create the content. I just take their existing content, maybe help them using ChatGPT. I double check on grammar, on spelling, and I quickly check if there is a way for me to improve their text. And then that's it. The target audience is clearly defined. It doesn't change. So every single month, we use the same saved audience with only a tiny little bit of adjustments here and there. And then I set up a new ad with their new content. I run the ad, and we consistently instantly get awesome growth for her business. We get her business in front of her target audience. We push her content to thousands of potential clients. Then every single month, I shoot a 10-minute video for them, go through the recent stats of the last month. I show them who we have reached with our content, and then we start a new campaign. Or sometimes we just even continue with an old campaign from the month before if it worked really, really well. So maybe you're thinking, hey, that's impressive, that you could make somewhere between $1,500 to almost $2,000 in just an hour of your time. I mean, the last 9-to-5 job that I ever had made me roughly $1,300 a month. I came home late every day. I was physically exhausted, spending 45 to 50 hours a week as a delivery driver, and I absolutely hated every single minute of it. So to think that only 7 years ago that was my reality, making less than a month than what I can now charge in 1 hour of my time, just mind-blowing. Before we get into the learning curve that you have to follow in order to learn how to do this yourself, let me also discuss some of the criticism here. Just 2 quick things. Number 1, somebody could go, hey, aren't you taking advantage of this client? I mean, what if they don't even know that you're only spending 1 hour of your time on this service? And if they knew, they wouldn't like that, right? That is a great question, actually. I can totally see why you're wondering if this would be morally the right thing to do. Let me tell you, I went to a dentist last year. I had probably 4 or 5 appointments with that dentist because during all the lockdowns, it was really hard to get an appointment, so it took a long time, and then it was really a lot more than usual that they had to do. So to make a long story short, I paid my dentist roughly $4,000 to $5,000 for only 4 to 5 hours of work. Maybe even a bit less. I think he didn't even work 5 hours on that. Now, can you imagine on my last appointment that I would just stand up from his chair and I would go, hey, Mr. Dentist, your time is valuable, but you fixed my problem in only 4 to 5 hours and I paid you all this money. So can I just lay down on this chair again? I also had a brain scan recently. I went to the doctor and the doctor was like, hey, it's nothing serious. You will never see me again in your life. You're welcome. Oh, and before you go, I will charge you $200 for, the 5 minutes that we spent. Why would I say to him, hey, that's not fair. Can you at least sit down for like another 30 minutes and I don't know, maybe you can look at my brain scan or something for no reason? Yeah, you see, nobody would do such a thing. Why not? The reason is because as long as the problem got fixed and it's properly taken care of, the time frame doesn't matter. My client just wants to grow their social media reach and grow their business. As long as I manage to get that done for her, she doesn't care if I spend 1 or 20 hours on that. The second thing you may wonder about, well, a doctor has studied for almost a decade and they have to pay for technology, materials, while you just sit at home and you just print money. How is that fair? Why don't you charge less? That's a fair question, but I invested $60,000 in my own education as of recording this video, and I help businesses make a net gain of about $500,000 in just 12 months with just social media ads. So what we do is obviously worth a lot more than what we charge. Would you agree? And keep this in mind as well. In marketing, you can go and spend less and you can see and find out what sort of results you're going to get. I like to say, go with the cheapest option and you will get exactly what you ask for. What I'm saying is my client has a risk of losing all of her money when she stops working with me, when she starts working with someone else who doesn't get her these kinds of results. So then maybe she ends up losing $10,000 to $20,000 in advertising costs. So by not going ahead and paying me $1,722 an hour, she would have a lot more to lose. Now back to you. How can you make this work for yourself? I will give you the blunt and honest truth. It obviously took me more than just a couple of hours of my life to figure this out and get to a point where I can charge so much money, because I have plenty of case studies with my marketing agency that I can go and show a new client. But that doesn't mean that even as a beginner, you could charge something like $500 to $1,000 per hour as long as you get them a great result. And here's what you have to keep in mind. This is not something mentioned in the contract. My client is looking for a result. She is not looking for someone spending a specific amount of time servicing her. So in our contract, it says that I can charge her this monthly retainer fee, and it quotes all the things that I will do for her in return. So being a virtual assistant or moderating somebody's social media accounts or creating social media content content, none of that is going to make you this much money an hour. What you should do instead is focusing on paid marketing services and making your service about a specific result. So here's my specific service. You have an offer in your business that's difficult to sell. You cannot just go to your prospects and just show them a random e-commerce landing page or a simple payment funnel and get things going. Well, we can still drive your targeted audience to what it is that you're doing, and then you can have your sales team following up with them if they engage with your content on social media, the likes and comments, or when they visited your website, or maybe even approached you via email. And the result that we promise is just that: more visibility. We use the budget that you dedicate to this project, and we promise to do our best job with that. And also, to quote some results here that I turned into case studies for my AI marketing agency, we helped clients to grow their engagement by multiple 1000% in less than a year, who all could be potential clients to my client. If you would like to build your own AI marketing agency and start earning high ticket, I got more free trainings in my private community. You can find the link in the description. And I got another video about the best high ticket marketing industries and niches to focus on in 2024. I highly recommend to check that one out as well. Any questions you got for me, drop them below in the comments, and then I will see you in the next video.